with is actually an alias. My real name is Edith Hike, and I'm known as the Contessa. And I'm a German. You know, the people that brought you World War I and World War II. We all recognize that Germans are better known for their beer making than their comedy, but here I am. Most of you know Germans from watching Hogan's Heroes. Bunch of buffoons walking around saying Achtung, mach schnell, pass auf. Really, we weren't even allowed to watch that show. And I'll tell you, being a German is a lot more serious than that. We've all grown up with the fable of Cinderella. Well, in German, when Cinderella's older sisters are presented with the slipper, the one cuts off her toes, and the other one cuts off her heel. And it's not until the prince sees the blood oozing out of the slipper that he gets he hasn't got the right gap. So we're kind of a little different. Germans are serious. And another thing we don't do is all this hugging. You Americans are always hugging. Everybody trying to press their body against me. Well, I'd tell you the truth, I'd as soon hit you as hug you. And Germans have a lot of words for hitting. You can get a Kopfnuss. You can get an Ohrfeige. You can get a Sternixel. And if you're really bad, you get the Fliegenklatsche, the fly swatter. My first experience in America as a little 5-year-old girl was being caught shoplifting. I was in the 5 and 10 cent store, and I took a little handful of dolls, brought them outside, showed my parents. They turned me right around and sent me back in to return them. I was gone so long, they got worried, came in, and found me sitting up on the counter giving German lessons to all the salespeople. Ich bin ein kleines Mädchen. It was really, and that's when I started to understand that I was really special. I'm the eldest of 6 kids. 5 girls, 1 brother down in the back 40s somewhere. And in our house, we had 4 bedrooms. In the European tradition, my father had a bedroom, my mother had a bedroom. I'm the eldest. I had a bedroom. 3 of the other kids were in the 4th bedroom, and the other 2 were in corners in the basement somewhere. Nobody thought that was weird. I got everything. I got all the lessons. My parents had such great hopes for me. I had violin lessons, tennis lessons, skiing lessons, ballet lessons, horseback riding. I just got everything. The other kids didn't get much. In fact, probably nothing. I never spent 5 minutes thinking about how I would make a living. I just knew I was special. I was the Contessa, and I was going to grow up and be just like Zsa Zsa Gabor in Green Acres. just wanted to have fun. Just have fun. So I decided, what could be more fun than being an artist? I became an artista. I got myself a studio and sat in there and smoked my Camel Unfiltered cigarettes and sipped my Jack Daniels and sniffed a few turpentine fumes. Painted great expressionist paintings, waiting for the Guggenheim Museum to discover me. Well, what I really realized was that being an artist sucks. It is the absolute worst. You have to paint the painting, you've got to frame the painting, you've got to hang it, you've got to buy food, and give people booze to even look at it. It was the worst. I couldn't stand it anymore. So I said, well, what can I do? What's next for me? There's no applause in being an artist. So I figured, oh, I can come stand here. And I can talk about myself, my favorite subject. And I can go out with men. Ich liebe die Männer. I love the men. It was just so wonderful. So I started dating and wound up getting married 3 times, engaged twice. I've had a ton of boyfriends. I just blossomed as the Contessa. And I've had so much experience that I decided to write a book. I'm working on a book, and it's a training manual for men and dogs. Men, it's really very simple. You know why we women wear these high heels? It's so we can't run away from you. We want you to catch us. And then when you have us, well, what do you do then? Take a lesson from nature. No female bird will mate with a male unless he feeds her worms. And it's the same with women. You just give us some baubles, some little shiny things. You feed us chocolates and buy us flowers. It's so simple. So keep that in mind. Now, women, treat your man like you would any pet. When he's good, you pet him and you praise him extravagantly. And when he's bad, well, you discipline him firmly and consistently, using some of those German techniques that I was telling you about. Let me give you an example. I went out with one guy. He buys me a kitty comb. We're up at the window. I've got my little $3 kitty comb. He pulls out a charge card. Really? Oh, man, that guy got a Sternixel and a Kopfnuss, right? He was in trouble. A man's gotta carry some cash. Then there's the guy I go out with on a date. With me, he shows up in a schlumpy t-shirt with a stretched out collar. Oh man, that is not gonna work. So he gets an Ohrfeige. And don't even think about forgetting your wallet. That's the fliegen cliche. The worst guys to break up with are the guys with dementia. They can't remember that I broke up with them, and they call me every day. Oh. One guy I went out with, I knew he had issues. There were some issues going on. So I went on YouTube and I started researching. Next thing I see is the word narcissism. Well, vain, self-important, grandiosity, an aberration, a psychological aberration. And I was, huh? Could that be me? I couldn't believe it. I'm not buying that one bit. I'm the Contessa. Everyone loves me. And I'm not buying that one bit. Well, I must be off. I'm going to see my chiropractor. I have this little crick in my neck from searching for my paparazzi. Thank you.